All right, so welcome back. We've got another video. This one's a little bit different. This one is MSTY with dividend reinvesting into VOO. So two completely polar opposite funds. MSTY is the ultra high risk but ultra high yield ETF that is a single share underlying for MSTR for the call or the covered calls. VOO is a index or ETF that indexes the S&P 500. So it's not going to be moving fast, but it's going to be a slow and steady race to the top. You'll see how putting these two together, while they're complete polar opposite funds, is an amazing strategy to make long-term gains. And I think after watching this video, may have a few of you guys change your minds on what you need to do. So like all the other videos that I've been doing, we're going to start off on July 1st, investing $10,000 of money into MSTY. So at that time, the price of MSTY was $29.20. So we were able to buy 342.46 shares. We'll go month by month on the dividends for MSTY and how much we're able to buy of VOO, the price of VOO, and then we'll also go over the total value of both funds put together and how this is an amazing opportunity if you want to reinvest your MSTY dividends. So starting on July 5th, we had a $2.33 dividend. So total dividends was $798. We were able to buy 1.57 shares of VOO as the price was $507. So as you can see, the share price of VOO is $796. So similar to what we had with our dividend, and moving from there, you'll see how this is such a great, amazing return. In August, had a little bit lower return on the MSTY at $1.94. So you're able to purchase 1.37 shares of VOO, so a total of $2.94, so close to 3 shares. So the price of VOO also did go down to $4.85. MSTY's price also went down, so our total return was only at 3% after that month. In August, we had the dividend from MSTY at 1.85. However, VOO also does quarterly dividends. Now, the total percentage of dividends is $1.63 to a $520 share, as opposed to what MSTY has with $1.85. So the dividend total is about the same. However, that's $1.85 on a $19 stock as opposed to $1.63 on a $500 stock. And that's why you can see why MSTY has a lot better dividend yields than what VOO does. So in August, we were able to buy another 1.26 shares of VOO. So we had a total of 4.19. So I added the VOO dividends on just for completeness with this. So even though we had a $1.63 dividend, we got a real big whopper of $6.85 for the VOO dividend. However, when you're looking at the total return after a month and a half, we had a 28.01% return. Our total value of MSTY and VOO is $12,801 at that time. October, November, and December were the banger months for MSTY. We were getting $4 yields. If you remember, that's when Bitcoin went skyrocketing, and the MSTR's IV went skyrocketing, which then gave us the huge returns for MSTY. So through those 3 months, we were able to purchase up to 12.31 shares of VOO, and its price for indexing of the S&P 500 was at $543. So they also had another $1.73 dividend. So we got $21 from that. However, overall, we had a lot. We were at $23,779 between MSTY and VOO, and that's just after about 5 months. However, just know that those yields for MSTY may or may not come around again. Pretty unlikely to get a $4.30 reward again after just 1 month from MSTY. But when you look at everything in the past, hindsight's always 20/20. Should have got in when we didn't, but here we are now. So 137.80% return on the $10,000 investment so far. January, February had similar returns at $2.27. Able to purchase more shares of VOO because the price kept going up with that. So we're able to get 1.43 and 1.25. So we have a total of almost 15 shares of VOO just from the dividends that was given to you through MSTY. Overall, we had 147% return through reinvesting your MSTY dividends. March, April, and May saw a little bit lower dividends at $1.37, $1.33, and $2.37. Overall total, we were able to purchase 18.40 shares of VOO, and then you'll see our yield keeps going up, 173%. Total investment now is $27,325 after about 7 months of owning MSTY and reinvesting your shares into VOO. In June, the $1.47 return was able to get us another 1 share of VOO, and prices kept going up. And the last one in July, we had a $1.23 and a $1.18 dividend, so we were able to get a little bit under a share of VOO. Just because the price of VOO went skyrocketing. This is when the markets really began taking off. However, you'll see that MSTY, the price is starting to go down quite a bit. There's a lot of different reasons behind this, and don't really want to get into it on this video, but the shares are going to continue to go down in price. However, still going to hopefully be getting around the $1 to $2 mark of dividends per month. So looking in the total value of that is a little bit better than looking just at your share price. However, with VOO, since it is indexed to the S&P 500, it's went up to 587.83, and we have a total of 20 shares of that. So we now have a $29,889 investment from our initial $10,000. So total value now is $29,898.05. That's off of investing $11,000 of dividends per month. $11,000 invested over a course of 12 months into VOO from MSTY. So a lot of people are hating MSTY. A lot of people are still loving VOO. The way I look at it is VOO is your very conservative but very good wealth preservation. If you put money into VOO, you're not going to lose it. MSTY is the new flashy ETF, so it's given us those big, huge returns on sometimes. However, it's going to be really risky. So it depends on how much risk you are willing to take in order to see how much reward you're going to get. So this is the MSTY to VOO drip. If you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know on the YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this, please. And the next one will be MSTY with dripping into Bitcoin. Another one that's going to be pretty interesting. So thanks, and have a great day.